Hey, Reefing fam, what's up? March here, Fragbox TV. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Let's go down to the basement. What's going on down here? I'm going to talk to you about lights in a second. Look at all these shipping boxes. Crazy. We're getting into our busy season of the year. We fly through these boxes. These are going to last us, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, but you don't want to hear about boxes. Boxes are boring. Let's talk about what I'm doing on our farm system now that it's recovering and getting back to normalcy after completely crashing it. Disregard all this. This is my little disaster working area. This is going to all come out next week. I'm going to get around to plumbing this tank into that sump over there. If you want to see it, let me know, comment below, and I'll kind of walk you through another sort of little plumbing job. But what I'm doing over here is these are where we grow a lot of our soft corals and some of the LPS in this system here. I've been running Radeon G4 Pros for, when did they come out? 3 years? 4 years ago? Since they first came out, I've been running them, and I've been getting pretty good growth, pretty good color. I do really like the Radeons over most reef tanks. I'm not getting, I think, the best growth. I don't think I'm getting the best color. So how do I know that? I went and added a little ATI. I really love T5. I'm old school in that regard. I'm T5 still crazy, as you can see. I put one over here on this tank on our new kind of incoming coral shipment system here, and I get really good color. I get really good growth. Same over here, running T5 with Reef Brights. This is still hands down my favorite way to grow coral. Is this the best way to light your reef tank at home? Probably not. But I liked showing and sharing my ideas with you guys, and I think you like them too because you're still listening to me talk. So what I'm doing right now, I just went and grabbed the camera because what I'm about to do is take down these Radeons and actually replace it with another one of actually this exact setup over here. It's an 8-bulb, 5-foot sun power fixture with a pair of Reef Brights on the side. Gonna yank it off. I've tried growing Zoas and stuff for 3 years. Like I said, very good growth, very good color. I want to take it to the next level. I'm going to do that with T5, and I'm going to incorporate 2 of these Radeons kind of on the outside for some of the LPS, because I still think LED is the best for LPS, but for some softies and Zoas and things like that, I really like T5. So I'm going to swap it out. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about why I love T5, the good and the bad. There's not too many guys still using it. We don't sell a lot of T5 bulbs. We do stock them here in the store. Only the ATI brand ones, right there. The only ones that really matter are the Blue Plus. I think you can kind of see them here. Ooh, Blue Plus, Purple Plus, and usually I'll run a Coral Plus as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, with T5 bulbs, you basically pick the colors kind of like with LEDs, you control them on your phone or whatever, but with these old school lights, you actually pick the colors based on the bulb. So this is a purple, a blue, and there's another white one called a coral. So enough talking, let me go ahead and swap these out, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then talk to you a little bit more about my old school. I'm going back in time here. Everyone's moving towards LED. Nuh-uh. I'm Mr. Old School. Let's see what this looks like, guys. Boom, there, it's done. Look at that, the ATI Sun Power installed. I just got to clean up some of the wires and take off some of the old Radeon hanging mounts. Oh, if somebody is looking for a deal on some G4 Pros, these things were 1,200 bucks Canadian. They're still good. They still work. If somebody wants some great Ecotech Radeon lights, like I said, LED for 99% of reef tanks is fine. Just in terms of growth, I'm a business at the end of the day. We're trying to grow corals to sell them, so I got to put that stuff into account when we're deciding lighting and flow and all this stuff. It's not just to make a nice and pretty reef tank, which I'm trying to do as well. I'm trying to grow corals and able to, you know, pay the rent and pay the staff and pay the bills and then take home a living, because that's what I've decided to do. So all of that comes into play. For me, Sun Power is still the best when it comes to growing corals, so softies, some LPS. So that's why I've decided to make this change. I'm going to go ahead and install the Reef Brights on the side so they mount on really easily here, and that's it. It'll be just about done. I'm going to do some PAR readings in order to see where I should hang the light. I suspect about the same as this one. I think that's about 18 inches, sort of. Right now it's 2 feet up in the air, so it is quite high, but this is an 8x3 tank. It's very dirty right now, so it does need a good glass cleaning, but that's about it. Like I said, if you're looking for some lights, hit us up, shoot me an email, we can ship them to you. I have a set of 4 with an 8-foot rail if somebody's looking to upgrade their lighting system. They're still spectacular lights. I'm old school. I'm messed up. I'm going backwards. I would not recommend T5 over basically any Reef tank today, unless you are a die-hard acro fanatic. You want to keep SPS corals, acros, and you want to get some serious color out of them and some serious growth. I think T5 is still the way to go. If you see, like a lot of companies, look at the Radion G5s, the Kessels, everyone, they says, like part of their marketing is the closest we have gotten to T5. They always use T5 as the benchmark, and LED is trying to get as close to T5 as possible. And there's a reason they're saying that. And if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you're someone watching this video, you're an old school reefer, maybe you're still using T5s, maybe you've gone back to T5s the way I have, you'll understand more of what I'm talking about than someone who's new to the hobby and is only seen LED. Like when I started, LED wasn't even an option. There was no LEDs. It was T5 halide. Halide was sort of coming to the end of its cycle. It was still popular. And then T5 was really the best and kind of only lighting choice at the time. And it's kind of cool that we have all these different LED technologies. But as you can see here in the basement, it's fully lit by T5. Actually, the aquarium that I'm running upstairs, the display tank running the hydras, that's the first time I've used LEDs on a display tank, like a tank that wasn't made for growing corals. And I love them. I love the hydras. We sell them all day. That's my go-to light. If someone wants to set up a Reef tank, it's either Radion XR15s, usually the blues, the new ones, the G5s, or the Hydra 32s. I usually try and push them in that direction. I just really like the way the app works. Anyways, I'm rambling on now. I think that's about it for today's video. If you like this one, we do one every single day of the week. I know, it's nuts. We're crazy up here at Fragbox. So hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and thank you for tuning in and watching this episode of Fragbox TV.